Hello, Miss Canty. This is Caesar, and we chose our natural disaster as volcanoes, and this was created by Geo, Elliot, and Caesar. Me. All right. Here we chose. Here's one of our two volcanoes that we studied. Is in Chile, located in Chile, the Villarrica volcano, and in March of 2015, the Villarrica volcano erupted and caused thousands of people to evacuate due to the lava flowing into the towns and cities from the Villarrica volcano. Also, it is covered in glaciers, and with the intense heat of the lava, the glaciers can mix up with the lava and create layers. Layers are basically a mix of lava and glaciers, and layers are really dangerous because these layers can move quick and destroy or damage anything in its way. It could be towns, houses, anything. And stuff like ash that has been released from the volcano can also be a major killer. And of course, the lava itself is really dangerous. Next, we got the type of plate boundaries that exist. The type of plate boundaries is convergent boundaries because here we see that the arrow that is going towards Chile, the arrow is in a picture that we couldn't load in, but in the picture we can see two arrows that are going towards each other in Chile, and they're coming together. And the plates involved in these volcanoes are oceanic to continental because the arrows of is going from the oceanic plate boundary, and is going towards Chile, which is a continental plate boundary. These are the two plates that are involved with our volcano in Chile. And this volcano is also in the Ring of Fire and has subduction, which makes it more dangerous. Next, here we can see in this picture, our volcano is more to the south of Chile, more downwards, and the volcanic edifice was built at the rim of two overlapping calderas. One 6 kilometer wide caldera formed about 10,000 years ago, and a second 2 kilometer wide caldera about 3,500 years ago. The volcano is located at the northwest margin of the older caldera. More than 30 scoria cones and fissure vents dot Villarrica's planks, plinian eruptions, and pyroclastic flows that have extended up to 20 kilometers from the volcano have been produced during the past few thousand years. Lava flows up to 18 kilometers long have issued from the summit and flank vents. Next, here we have convection currents, a diagram that we can see where convection currents are and where it is located. Here in this picture, the magma form underneath is pushing the cold water up and causing it to make a circular motion, which we see right now. But the cold water is trying to go down, and the hot water is on the bottom, and it is pushing it onto the top, and it just keeps going and creates a circular motion.
Homeless can't see. I'm gonna be taking over now. So we actually did two volcanoes, and this one is Mount Vesuvius. So Mount Vesuvius is located on the Black Sea, and this makes it so it has convection currents because there's actually like two plates right here, and they move together, and one subducts the other, and that makes volcanoes in this area very violent. It's not the Ring of Fire, but it's kind of like a brother in some ways. And then here are some images of the subduction. Okay, so cause and direction of plate movement. So the Arabian plate's been moving against the Anatolian plate for a lot of time, and the Black Sea right here, where the volcano is, it's kind of over like over this way, but it's been pushing that plate over, and all the plates have been colliding, causing subduction, and it's been causing a lot of earthquakes and other natural disasters to occur in this area for a very long time. So description of the disaster. So the people of Pompeii, which is the town below, did not expect this volcano to erupt, but when it did, it buried the entire town in hot ash, killing a lot of people. And this is very typical for a volcano of this magnitude because it's not really about the lava, it's about all the ash that it spews out because it's a very big volcano that has subduction on it. And basically, after that, after the town got covered in all of this ash, the townspeople, like a couple of years later, were able to go back and plant lots of like grapes and other things onto the lush ash, and the ash basically gives you like better resources and helps you grow a lot of food. So it was kind of good for them, but it also destroyed like their entire village. And so the frequency, so volcanoes happen a lot around the Ring of Fire, but they can also happen in other places, not just the Ring of Fire. But they just mostly happen around here. 75% of the world's volcanoes are in the Ring of Fire. And in 1991, Mount Kitabro in the Philippines emitted about 200 or 22 million tons of sulfuric dioxide, which is really bad for the environment because it makes like trees die and animals unalive. So, and then how you scale these disasters is seismographs and like intensity of eruptions. So you can actually predict when volcanoes are going to happen if there's a lot of seismic activity, and you can also measure the pressure buildup over time. And they're also categorized in dormant and extinct. So if a dormant volcano has not erupted recently, geologists think it may be still capable of erupting. The line between active and dormant volcanoes is sometimes blurred. Sometimes volcanoes can remain dormant for thousands of years between eruptions. For this, a dormant volcano is often most dangerous, as people within the vicinity of such volcano are typically not prepared for eruption. Finally, the extinct volcano is one that will never erupt again. It doesn't have like the necessary conditions to erupt, like not enough subduction if it's by a ocean, or just not enough gas buildup in magma to have any big threat. And then community effects. So after Mount Vesuvius destroyed Pompeii, people didn't return to the area for like 5 years, and they lost all their valuables. They lost like everything, and they only returned when they realized that they were able to grow items of great value on the land. And then the cleanup, they didn't really have to clean up because everything just got buried, and they didn't really. This hasn't really happened, but they ended up worshipping Polynesians ended up worrying Herculaneum and just other fire gods that made it so this wouldn't happen again in their eyes. Okay, so design features. So what stops volcanoes? Nothing really does, but a lot of iron and nickel are heat resistant, so people tend to build their houses higher up on hills with those type of materials below to resist all the heat that comes out. And those resources are kind of hard to get in abundance, but that's what we're doing here in our little model. So me and Caesar built this model. It consists of a giant volcano, and the volcano is spewing lava towards this bunker that we built. So the bunker actually has multiple stages. So it's actually raised up, so people can actually like be above the lava and not getting taken. And it also helps because the base won't get crushed by the tremendous force. It's also made out of all these iron and nickel, so it won't burn quite as easily. It's very heat resistant. And then if say ash is falling and you need to get inside, just run inside. In the first floor you're safe. You can also run way down here into the bunker, and then you're also safe. And you can also have this view while being totally safe of the lava. That's our recording. Thank you so much.